Congratulations on this Tony nomination.
Thank you very much.
Wow, how does that feel, first of all, coming off of 4 years hosting the Tonys, putting yourself in this show, your show gets the second most nominations, and you're nominated. What a turn of events and involved in a different way.
It's been an embarrassment of riches this year in that regard, because a year ago I had no idea that the plan was to do Hedwig. We had talked about it in theory, but nothing was set in concrete. So, and I'm such a fan of theater and such a fan of the Tonys, and being able to watch it from the other side is always fun. I get to shake hands with all these people in shows that I've seen before and that I'm in admiration of, but have never really felt like an insider, sort of felt a little bit on the outside. Coming
off of How I Met Your Mother, 9 very successful seasons, totally different alpha male, yeah. Barney, great show, great success. Then you lose this weight. I mean, it's a lot. It's the blue fingernails. Tell me about preparing for the character of Hedwig.
I had played Barney Stinson for the better part of a decade, and when the idea of Hedwig came up as a concept, it was intriguing to me because it was such a departure and such an interesting left turn, and I think on first glance it seems like a star-casty sell tickets idea, but then when you realize the depth of the character of Hedwig and how much kind of raw ability you have to put into it in order to get the returns back, vocally, physically, emotionally, improvisationally, there's just a lot that role demands. And I thought, oh, that's gonna be fun to do. So I started early, and Spencer Liff was brought on as choreographer. He's a friend of mine. He knows my skill set well. So we got custom heels made from Ariane, the wardrobe supervisor, and we started early in LA, figuring out how to stand, how to walk, how to squat, how to sit, because you forget that you have to do all of those things in addition to the dance numbers. And then I started a big workout regime, no more upper body, weight lifting, a lot of legs, squats and things, and eating much different. The conceit of Hedwig is that it's a one-night only performance. Hedwig's following Tommy Gnosis, this guy around that she's been in love with and thinks completes her. And so every city he goes to, she finds some place to do a show to tell her side of the story. And he happens to be in Times Square, and so she has sexual favors with a producer and gets into a Broadway house of a show that has recently closed. And so every show has to be the only time that she's ever doing it. And that sort of raises the stakes of it all. And just makes it thrilling. I'm just having the time of my life doing this. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like it's a great end result of a lot of the work that I've put into previous things, weirdly. The Tony Awards as a host is a one-night only show where things can go wrong and where you have to be listening to 15 different things and in commercial breaks cutting bits because someone gave a long speech, and if something funny happens you have to comment on it, and that's not unlike what Hedwig has to do during her show. So that skill set has actually been very helpful. Playing Barney Stinson required a level of fearlessness that I don't really possess as Neil, but as an actor he had to possess because he was sort of the fifth wheel, guns a-blazing guy that wanted a crazy adventure. So I got to do that for a long time, and that plays into Hedwig's life. She's fearless. She's like a shooting star that she's terrified that light is gonna extinguish, and so she's just living it hard.